After the overwhelming success of Resonance, offers began pouring in from all corners of the world. Galleries wanted Pia's photography, festivals clamored for Luca's music, and more venues sought their combined project. They were thrilled, but the whirlwind left little time for the quiet moments that had once defined their relationship. One evening, as they packed up their things in Berlin to head to their next destination, Pia noticed Luca sitting quietly on the windowsill, his guitar resting untouched beside him. "Hey," she said softly, walking over to him. "What's on your mind?" He looked up, offering a small smile. "Just thinking about everything. How far we've come, how much has changed." Pia sat beside him, the city lights twinkling outside. "It's a lot, isn't it? All of this." "Yeah," he admitted. "But it's more than that. I love what we're doing, Pia. I love creating with you, traveling, sharing this with the world. But sometimes, I miss the simplicity. The quiet mornings, the time to write without a deadline looming over me." Pia nodded, understanding exactly what he meant. Their lives had become a constant rush of airports, schedules, and commitments. It was exhilarating but exhausting. "What if we took a step back?" she suggested. Luca turned to her, surprised. "You'd want that?" "I want us to feel whole," she said, her voice steady. "And if that means slowing down, finding a way to balance this whirlwind with what matters most, then yes, I'd want that." He reached for her hand, his thumb brushing over her knuckles. "You always know how to ground me. And you always know how to lift me up," she replied, smiling. They decided to take a break from the spotlight, retreating to a quiet coastal town in Italy, where they could reconnect with themselves and each other. The town was small, with cobblestone streets and colorful houses perched on cliffs overlooking the sea. Pia spent her days exploring with her camera, rediscovering the joy of capturing everyday moments. The way the sunlight hit a fishing boat, the laughter of children playing in the square, the gentle ripple of waves against the shore. Luca found inspiration in the town's serenity. He played for the locals in the evenings, his songs reflecting the peace he felt. During the day, he wrote new melodies, his guitar an extension of his soul. Their evenings were spent together, cooking simple meals, sharing stories, and dreaming about the future. It was a slower pace, but it gave them time to breathe, to remember why they had started this journey in the first place. One afternoon, as Pia developed a roll of film in their makeshift darkroom, she stumbled upon a photograph that stopped her in her tracks. It was a candid shot of Luca, taken during their first trip together. He was playing his guitar on the beach, his expression raw and unguarded. She brought the photo to him later, laying it on the table between them. "Do you remember this?" Luca picked it up, a slow smile spreading across his face. "I do. That was the night we promised each other we'd always find our way back." Pia nodded, her throat tightening. "I think we've done a pretty good job of keeping that promise." He set the photo down and reached for her hand. "We have, and I want to keep it, Pia, no matter what." She leaned forward, her forehead resting against his. "We will, Luca. Always." Their time in Italy became the foundation for their next chapter. Inspired by their slower pace, They envisioned a new project, one that celebrated the beauty of simplicity and the power of connection. They called it Essence. The project combined Pia's photographs of quiet, everyday moments with Luca's stripped-down acoustic melodies. It was intimate and personal, a reflection of the love they had found not just in each other, but in the life they were building together. When they finally debuted Essence, it was in the same small cafe where Luca had played his first post-city show. The audience was small, but the response was profound. People approached them afterward, sharing how the project had reminded them of their own moments of love and clarity. As they packed up their equipment that night, Luca turned to Pia, his eyes shining with gratitude. "This feels right," he said. "It does," she agreed, "because it's us." He kissed her then, a slow, lingering kiss that spoke of everything they had been through and everything they still had to come. Their journey wasn't about fame or success. It was about creating something meaningful, something that resonated not just with the world but with their hearts. And as they stepped out into the cool night air, hand in hand, they knew they were exactly where they were meant to be. Together, always creating, always finding their way.